Hey, hope everyone had a good weekend. Arecibo Observatory was destroyed. Well, I found this article interesting and I just thought I'd share because this is a telescope that was in Puerto Rico and it's now totally collapsed. Well, I just found it to be interesting and was going to keep this short, but it just took me on a big rabbit trail and I'm going to share what I found. Not only can you see a lot of numerology they love to use here, but then they use the term the radio telescope a DNA helix. What were they meaning by this? And I just had to look in a little bit deeper. And then when I found another article that said it's very sad to witness the passing of this scientific queen. Queen. Is something happening or is something going to happen? I don't understand. But let's look at who this was named after. It was Angel Ramos Torres. I know I mispronounced that. I'm so sorry. Well, interestingly enough, he was born in New York, moved to Miami, and then he is the founder of Telemundo. Well, it's now called Telemundo. And he also received a Maria Moore's Cabet Award. What is that? I don't really know, but when I looked at a site that is up and running, there is the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Already we know exactly what kind of site that is and what kind of an award it is. So we know who he is already off the bat. Well, this site has also produced many beautiful pictures apparently, and just like this one, the comet Ison. I don't know, I'd have to look in further and maybe you can look into it if you're interested. But I found in the area this statue, Colon statue in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Thought I'd share, and I just kind of looked into it. Honestly, I just thought, is there any interesting statues in the area? Well, yes, and this is called the Birth of the New World. And as you see, the coordinates and everything else on there are very interesting, but just the name in its sense, the birth of the new world. It was called the birth of the gentleman who made this also has many things, just like the birth of a new man. But look at this, the plans for it to be located in New York were briefly resurrected in '97 when then real estate developer Donald Trump proposed that the statue be at his development of rail yards. But this was nixed by city development, including Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Two names you've been seeing lately in the news, right? So I was like, unbelievable. And then looking at the gentleman who made this. He's made many things, including he was the chief designer of the Summer Olympics. I'll look at a few of his things, and here are a few. The Birth of a New Man. This is it right here. It's in Moscow. Unbelievable. They're in an egg. It reminds me of what we see at the UN, right? And then Peter the Great statue, also in Moscow. I don't know. Then the Good Defeats Evil on the grounds of the UN building. Another very interesting statue, as you can see. Treble clef on top of the cupola of the Moscow International House of Music. So he's very well known in Russia. But he also, wouldn't you know, built this statue in remembrance of what happened on the 11th. Now that starts to boil inside of you just a little bit, how they're all interconnected, and how even this one, if you look at the grounds, look at what you see. That's all I'm saying. So we already know exactly who he is. And look at another site that he built. He built this right here in Tbilisi. I don't know. All I know is that he became UNESCO Ambassador of Goodwill. So we already know, again, the UN and the WHO, and he's connected to all of them. we already know who they worship and who they are. So there you have it. And all the honors that he's gotten, I'm not going to even go into, but there's just a few so you can see visibly what he's been honored with. Because we're going to show another video, possibly tomorrow, but I'm not going to guarantee it, but one day in the next few days, of other types of badges that I looked into. And he's a part of the National Science Foundation. So NSF is also, its medical counterpart is the National Institute of Health. Did you know that? Unbelievable. And when I looked into who is now directing NSF, it's this man right here, Manchunathan. And it just got me more interested because he studied in Canada, and I'm Canadian as well. And then when I see, again, he received in 2009 until present the IEEE, a badge for them. So first he took over the position of this lady here, Cordova, and then he received the IEEE award as well, or that was earlier. I'm sorry. Nicholas Tesla has also been a part of this scientific laboratory, and also John G. Trump, as I've gone over a long time ago when I used to start videos. Look, they're all interconnected. That's all I can say. It's very interesting. It was probably a beautiful place to visit, and you could see a lot of stars, but obviously that has now been taken over, and we know who has the biggest one, and that is Pope. And look what you can find there in Puerto Rico. Probably taken down already, since that whole site was taken down, unfortunately. So now we'll never know what might, if there's stars, shooting stars or anything else happening. And if they want to call on the alien invasion, no one's going to be looking because no one there is going to have eyes to see. But we already know what that means, so I don't trust in that. I don't believe in that. Don't get me started. But all I can say is put your trust in the one who created the stars, and not to those that merely look towards them and think they're calling all the shots today. All right, we know exactly who this gentleman and this statue and all this happened just because of looking at that one article. Well, sorry that this took a little while. Just wanted to share that with you, and maybe somebody else like Enter the Stars could look further. He's much better at researching than me. So God bless, take care, and have a great day, everyone.